Let me start by emphasizing on the subject of this parliament as a whole. How can we gather here today to say this is a South African provincial youth parliament when certain members of South African youth are not represented in these sittings? I see there is no representation from youth members living with disability. And already there's a scarcity of platforms that in which government can engage with youth on. And on the one platform that happens annually, we fail to include youth members living with disability. And currently in the Free State, they have been protesting and lamenting from the year 2016 to say we are not included in engagements with Parliament. That is number one. Speaker, number two is the list of resolutions that were taken in the Provincial Youth Parliament in 2020 have not been implemented, and we are aware that officials will attempt to be economical with this truth. Youth Parliament has become a tick box in the legislature, and it does not move for the advancement of young people. This has become just another excuse to be looting state funds and masquerading it as form of engaging the youth. What is the point of a two-day sitting with the youth of South Africa? The program itself does not allow for full participation of youth members without being managed. Even yesterday, in preparatory meeting, the youth had to beg to govern themselves in this sitting. As we speak, we heard the Honorable MEC articulating what has been done, but the reality is that young whips from various political parties never met with the Speaker or any member of the executive as was promised. So some of these resolutions that were taken in the year 2020, they are foreign to us. Our issues as youth remain. So, Honorable Speaker, to round up my submission, I think number one, we must ask ourselves, is this sitting truly effective to South African youth? The resolutions that were raised in the year 2020 have not been implemented, but we are here again sitting in youth parliament. What is the purpose? And also, can you see to the implementation of the resolutions agreed today? Also be inclusive of youth in general, specifically youth members with disabilities. And I to the House to find it in you that this youth council, it cannot continue without youth members being fully represented. Why was there no invitation extended to them?
There's a hand. You are noted, Honourable Member.
Thank you very much, Chair. I think there are certain terms when we're actually explaining different communities and spheres. It is not called young people living with disabilities. Do not live with disabilities, it's not a burden. So it's people, young people with disabilities, not living with.
I see the hand at the gallery, and we're not going to entertain that hand. The hand that I'm going. Oh, no. Order, honourable members. Order, honourable members. No. Honourable members.
On a point of order, Chair.
Honourable members. Honourable members, I apologize for that. The assumption was that, as we explained in the morning, that everyone who was on the speaker's list was supposed to sit in this part and not in the gallery. So that's where I'm coming from. So if you're part of the delegation, then I apologize, Honourable Member. It is a mistake on my part. Yes, you may raise a point of order, Honourable Member. Yes. Can we also have a floating mic? Can we be assisted with a floating mic for delegates sitting there in the gallery? Please, can we have a floating mic? I don't know what the hands clapping were for members, because I believe Honorable Mokoni has not concluded with her speech. If you're clapping for her, that was very early on your part. But I heard your word of order, Honorable Member. No, I'm not going to do that.
Thank you so much, Deputy Chair. Deputy Chair, before you go to the chair, can the chair please stop being emotional? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Your view is duly noted. Thank you.
As I was saying, Honorable Members, there are rules that I'm going to make in this House that may not sit well with other Honorable Members, but it does not in any way mean that I'm being emotional. Those rulings will take place in here, whether people feel like it's I'm being emotional or not. Honorable Member, your hand is up.
You are making rules for this house and already there are rules. You are not going to allow any make this house already rules that are constituted. So you must take note of it. And I'm very much worried about the way you are calling us complete. People saying you are sorry, but you keep targeting. If your sense of capacity, that can you go, are you able to share this house or not? Very important for you to thank you.
Honorable Member, I have not granted to you. You can't do that. Already your mic is on and I have not noted you. Please respect the House. And we're going to have this dialogue between you and the Honorable Member here, because I also have not noted you, Honorable Member. I see Honorable there and Honorable Debate, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, Mamona, the point of order, remember, correct to add this in that way. Yaw, is organized, higher capacity. That's not parliamentary. The way
Honorable Members, you can't have an order to I can see you, but I have not recognized you, Honorable Member. Yes, I can see you, but you're not recognized. No. Honorable Member, you're not going to, you're not going to do that. No, you're not going to do that. Honorable Member, you're not going to do that. You were given an opportunity, you raised your point of order, no one disrespected you. So I ask from you also to respect the House and respect other honorable members when they are making their proposal or submissions. Is that too difficult for you or emotional for you, honorable member? On the order. has anything to do with it, honorable members. So, honorable members, I see hands. No, honorable members, whether it was first or I said I see hands. Already you are talking to me, but I've not heard you yet. I'm going to have Honorable Marty, and Honorable Marty, can you hear your point?
Thank you. Speaker, I'm raising a point of procedure simply because I didn't see addressing the various rules regularly adopted yesterday. Upon arrival of the House, we explained and adopted an issue. There was a proposal. List of speakers be submitted to the House to speak. The only time I expect that we will get on the other side is when we submission district. So now I had to warrant see people just raise it on that other side. Not to say that we do not wish them to form part of these discussions, but of course, for commission sake, we have adopted a procedure that will follow. Thank you very much.
Honorable Marty, thank you. I think I've ruled on that matter that it was outlined that they are also part of the delegation to the Youth Parliament, and as such, they must partake in the discussions today. Honorable members, you don't have to do that. I don't want this House, honorable members, to degrade, so I see hands and I just want to know what these hands are for. Honorable member, there you are noted.
Honorable, I just want to say,
Thank you, honorable member. Honorable Malo, you are not recognized. You can put down your hand, and honorable Mamela as well. Please lower your hand. I'm not going to take any further hands. We're moving with the program as it is, because we cannot dwell so much on point of orders that I've made rulings on. Can we have on the floor, Honorable Moni, you may conclude your speech. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Chair. So I was busy stating the motions. So now the first motion, Honorable members, I propose that this Youth Council does not continue until members of the youth are fully represented in this council. Number two, Chair, I'd like to issue...
Time is up.
No, Chair. A motion of no confidence on the Chair.
And please respect the decorum of the House. Your time is up, Honorable. Thank you. And moving forward, honorable members, I'm not going to allow hands if they are not hands of point of orders. Because this is the time for discussions, honorable members. You're going to have that time. Is that an order, honorable member? Is that an order? Okay.
Thank you very much, Chair. This is Chair Youth Parliament. And youth is actually characterized.
What is your point of order, honorable member?
You must listen at the beginning.
No, that is, this is a youth, and we are all aware of that. I think the member in here understands. Here, what is your point of order?
Now, it comes to a concern that when the speaker and then she says something, then we basically that there are standards of professor access. It was direction, it was trying to shame one another. So for company for
No. Listening to you here, you can't do that. That was not even a point of order. And I asked you directly, are you raising on a point of order, and you said yes. Honorable members, I'm not going to allow such things to repeat themselves again. If you say it's a point of order, you raise your order, we make a ruling on it, and then we move forward. And also, honorable members, we can't make point of orders when there's no one on the podium. What are we making point of orders on? Remember, who recognized you again? No. I was still making a ruling, and I just said now, what are you raising on as point of orders when there is no speaker on the podium? Who recognized you? Can we be assisted with the microphone? Please switch off that mic there. Honorable Mike, can you switch off that mic? Please. I've been saying honorable members though. Honorable members, I just said now there is no speaker on the podium, but you're raising a point of order. What are you raising a point of order? I just need a clarity on that. Honorable member, you're noted.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The point of order I want to raise is the previous speaker who raised wants to raise no confidence in the speaker. I want to check that because that is precisely the problem with the youth. Once they do not get invited on the 30 points of the top. We had an agreement yesterday that each person has 5 minutes to speak. When time was up, she said no confidence in the speaker. That's outrageous. Doesn't work like that. You have 5 minutes. When 5 minutes is up, then you walk out, walk from the podium.
Honourable members, there is no point of exchange in Parliament. No, Honourable Moabi, you may switch off your mic and be seated. Thank you. It's not parliamentary. Honourable Moabi, you may switch off your mic and be seated. Honourable Moabi, you may switch off your mic. Thank you. We are not going to degenerate this house, honourable members. everyone is understandable. No one is going to. It's okay. I don't remember what with our program, and this house is not going to be late because some members feel that they're entitled to be noted by the speaker. That's not how things are here, honorable members. You raise your hand, we may decide to note you, or we will not decide to note you. Yes. Moving to our speaker for the day, we're going to have Honorable Nifo from the DA, who will take to the podium.
Thank you very much, and Speaker. Honorable Speaker, before I start with my speech, problem, and to just allow it to pass like that. We spoke about you being biased, about the report of the legislature in its own when it comes out being biased, and that thing is still continuing, where we see the speaker the chair of the session being biased to us. This teaches one thing, that this thing, it exists within the ANC, that they themselves, they are biased. So we are not going to come here, thing of them. And I'm speaking. No, but it is my time to speak.
I have not noted you, but already your mic is on. Can I have Honorable Masiteng?
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Demba, Honorable Mohati, I don't know if what he's doing is below honorable because we can also generate. The time that has been allocated for him there is for him to speak and not to cast aspersions. Can you please rule on the matter that he just said that the ANC behaves like this? Thank you.
Honorable Masiteng, we cannot dictate for Honorable Mahapi on how he should debate in the House.
Point of order, Speaker. Speaker, please recognize what I point of order.
I have made my ruling on this point. What point are you raising, Honorable Member?
Speaker, the member there of the podium is out of order because he speaks directly to the Speaker of the Legislature. This is a youth parliament. If you want to address the Speaker, you are the Speaker of the Honorable, who address up to date or honorable members. He must address you as a Speaker, address all people. Say, thank you, Speaker.
The order is sustained. Honorable Mahapi, you may continue with your speech. Thank you. Honorable Memela.
Thanks, Speaker. I just want to caution any persons in the time to be very cautious about time because the Speaker of the DA started to speak at time of the committee. So, and with seconds of opportunity, we will start with the time. I just want to caution the time to be very cautious with. And again, this house will not be deliberating.
names such as anarchists and those. Let us refrain from calling other members with certain names. May you please withdraw that, because we don't want this house to degenerate.
I withdraw.
Thank you, Honorable Memela. And Honorable Memela, second thing, we're not going to change the procedures of the house, because the point of orders are allowed even when there's someone on the podium. Honorable members are making their speeches and so forth and so on. So the house will run as it's supposed to run, but what we are not going to allow here is the degeneration of the house from the members who feel like they're entitled to certain things. Please, honorable members, I know that we're all happy to be here as young people, and the excitement is high. We're discussing issues that affect young people on a daily basis. But if you can please remain disciplined until we conclude the business of the day, and we are going to conclude the business of the day. Thank you. Honorable Mahapi. Okay, so honorable member, you may raise a point, but there's no need for you to make such facial expressions. And I can clearly see and hear. No. You may take your seat. I have not noted you. Yes, you may sit down. Honorable Mahapi, you may take to the podium. Thank you. You are noted. You cannot raise a point of order on top of a point of order. Really? Take it to her. That is not a point of order. That is a debate. Remember? Point of order, that is a debate. No, you are not raising a point of order. What point of order, honorable member? Remember, you may take your seat. Honorable member. Honorable member, if you feel that this sitting, can you have order in the house? Thank you. Honorable member, if you feel that this house, you don't want to be part of this house, you may feel free to excuse this house. But the house will, no, we're not going to take that point of order. I'm making a ruling now. If you feel that this house, you don't want to be part of it, you are more than welcome to excuse the house, honorable member. Then we'll continue with the house and the people that actually want to be part of this house today. And Honorable Dikhampaka, let us not do that. Honorable members, the only point of orders that we are going to take are those that are going to be raised on what the speaker is saying moving forward. I hope that is clear. Honorable Mahapi, you may continue. Honorable Mukodi, you may put your hand down.
The Honorable Speaker of the Legislature, the current sitting legislature, the Speaker of the Legislature, I think maybe a little bit more relief there will be fine. Allow me to take this opportunity to celebrate the existence of the Democratic Alliance Against Political Space for the past 20 years. The DA, through its presence in the political space of South Africa, have been nothing but led by the sober-minded leaders like Dr. Roy Jendison, Karamo Khahalo, and as much as I can mention. Through their own leadership, they have centered their leadership over protecting and advocating for issues of the people of the Free State, like I'm going to do now. When we are all gathered here to commemorate and celebrate the Youth Month, we need to question if it is indeed necessary The Free State has, as a province, have been pushed to the back burner since the democratic state, with the majority of young people being trapped in a crushing poverty in poorly developed township and informal settlement. Honorable Speaker, as an individual standing here, representing the majority of young people who are stranded in the Free State, who goes to bed every day without any hope of getting a job, representing any student at the University of the Free State, who goes to school every day without any funding, it comes to myself to ask, why are the young people still voting for the ANC? While the ANC is literally failing us. I think it is the question that as an individual and the people of the ANC are sitting there need to ask themselves that thing. Honorable Speaker, as the dear youth, we have recognized that within the ANC ranks youth, there is a disease of incapacity, lack of internet, and people who are ideologically bankrupt and who think they can come here and tell us on what to do. Not to happen.
Honorable Member, take it.
Honorable Mohapi, you may take your Honorable Member at the back, point of order.
No, thank you, Chair. It's Honorable Chair. Could we please have the decorum of the House maintained and have the Speaker of the DA respect members of the ANC and withdraw the results that we just heard towards the
Honorable Mugoni, you cannot raise a point of order on top of point of order. We must first make a ruling on that point of order. We are going to make a ruling there. Honorable Member, I still have to make a ruling first. No, I still have to make a ruling. I understand about your hand, but I still have to. Then you may put your hand down if it's getting tired. Thank you.
Speaker.
No, Honorable Member. The ruling on the point of order that was Honorable Member there at the back. And then you cannot also add an on top of an order, Honorable Members. No, Honorable Member. No. I don't think you hear me clearly. We still have to make a ruling on the point of order that was raised before yours. You cannot make a point of order on top of a point of order. No. And I have not even noted you as yet, Honorable Member. Honorable Members, Honorable Mohapi, there's an order on you that you must not call other honorable members using names that are unparliamentary. So can you please withdraw, and then other honorable members, can you also maintain the decorum of the House and not call other members with unparliamentary names?
Honorable Speaker, this is a youth parliament. It is a political space, and over everything that I said is political. There is no insight in there. Can I proceed?
Honorable Mohapi, if you may withdraw so that we can move forward with the program.
But should I withdraw the truth?
Honorable Mohapi.
Are ANC people politically bankrupt?
Honorable Mohapi, if you may withdraw.
Do they have capacity to lead?
Honorable Mohapi, withdraw. Honorable Mohapi, if you would not withdraw, we are going to make an easy.
I withdraw.
All right, thank you. You may continue, Honorable Mohapi. Honorable Mohapi, you may sit down. There's a hand there. I think there's a point of order. There's a hand that I've already noted, Honorable Moabi. Honorable Member.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Would you please tell Honorable Speaker what is unparliamentary about what Honorable Moabi said?
Honorable Member, I've made the ruling on that, so we're not going to entertain. No, we're not going to attend. We're not going to entertain that point. You may be seated. You may have been made. Been made. Honorable Member. Thank you. You may be seated. You may be seated. Thank you. Honorable Mwabi, you cannot do that. Why are you switching on your mic? No, you can raise your hand. I can see properly. I even have 2 sets of eyes to help me see properly. Honorable Member.
Thank you, Speaker. I am honorable Speaker, may you please control your house. We cannot have remarks coming from honorable member sitting beside Terry and honorable member asking you to sit down. In which capacity are they addressing?
That is not a point of order. Honorable members, I have said before that the only point of orders that we are going to take are those that are directed at the speech that is being made by the speaker on the podium. But honorable members, you are raising on point of orders of things that are not even discussed on the podium. So I ask again, honorable members, when you raise your hand, honorable members, make sure that your point of order is on the speech that is being delivered by the member on the podium. Does that make sense, honorable members? And also, we cannot go back and forth on point of orders that the rulings have been made on. It's not that difficult, honorable members. I know we can maintain the decorum of the House and we can conclude the business of the day. Honorable Moabi, what is your point of order?
Thank you very much.
Who is, that is not a point of seated, honorable Mabi. Honorable Mabi, you may be seated, thank you. Honorable Mabi, you may be seated, that is not a point of order. Our timekeepers are very capable, they've been keeping the time in a very nice manner. You may be seated, and please switch off your mic. Maybe switch off your mic. Thank you. Is that a point of order? I'm not going to allow it. Honorable member, is that a point of order? Okay.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, Honorable Speaker, my point of order refers to what Honorable Mohapi has been saying on this stand. And you called him unparliamentary. I would like to know why. There's nothing unparliamentary about what he has said. So simply put, I'm just asking you to explain to us what about that what he has said is unparliamentary. Don't fight. We just want an explanation on why the things that he said, according to you, are unparliamentary. Thank you.
Honorable members, and I'm going to explain it again. I think I'm explaining it for the second time now. The ruling on that order has been made, so we cannot go back and forth on the rulings on points that have been raised, honorable members, for the second time. Is that a hand for a point of order? Okay. You are recognized, honorable member.
We are getting a sense of the speaker is biased. We do not recognize our members. She has been raising her hand for the longest of time, but we are recognizing members. No, speaker. No. Can you please protect me? Can I be protected?
It's your member as well. You are protected. Please.
Can you
conclude your point of order.
She should not be biased here.
You are
So
not.
a house.
Comrades. Honorable members, apologies. I withdraw. Honorable members, the speaker that is sitting, all of us, was duly elected by the school house that is sitting here. And I believe that she was elected based on our knowledge of her capacity and capabilities. We are not going to allow you to question the capacity of the speaker. If you feel that she's not capable, you could have proposed and nominated a different name and voted for that.
Honorable members, you may take your seat. Thank you. We are moving forward. Honorable Mhapi, the floor is yours. Honorable Mhapi, you may be seated. Honorable Mukoni, what is your point of order? What's wrong with your mic, if I may ask, Honorable Mhapi?
I don't know, you must ask the House. I don't take anything there. How can you ask me? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Chair, I'm rising on a point of order, specifically on your conduct. And I think it is the general notion in the House right now that we have observed that you are biased, you are hostile, you strategic. Allow me to finish speaking.
No, Honorable Member, the ruling has been made on that. Honorable Mukoni, Honorable Mukoni, Honorable Mukoni, Honorable Mukoni. Please switch off her mic there. Honorable Member, Honorable Member, thank you for that point, Honorable Mukoni, but my co-chair has ruled on that point of order. So for the second time, we are raising something that has been raised, that has been ruled upon already. And we are not going to discuss what should have been or what could have been, what couldn't, and what happened. For today, I'm the presiding officer for the business of the day, honorable members. The votes were taken in, people elected, and as it stands out, my name became the one with more votes, so that's why I'm presiding today for the business of the day, Honorable Mukoni. So I'm here with you for the whole day. Don't worry, we are going to be fine, me and you. This house is going to be very nice. Young people are discussing nice issues that affect us as young people. So thank you very much, Honorable Mukoni. I'm not going to allow any more hands. Honorable Mhapi, you may continue.
The DA believes in unlocking the possibility of South Africa through a diverse, resilient leadership. The future of South Africa is dependent on the young South African, which are enabled through training, employment, education, and business opportunities. It is within this context where we call upon the current sitting government to develop regional opportunity centers which provide internet access and social service and small business support services. We also call upon them to upskill and train more basic education teachers. It is noteworthy for the Free State to be a better place. It is going to require young people of this province to take decisive decisions and join hands in reconstructing the economy of the country and the province, so that we can allow for the increase of entrepreneurship and creation of a lot of job creation. Lastly, Speaker, before I finish, I wanted to say this because I was not afforded time by then. We heard the MEC speaking about how they supporting small businesses or whatsoever. And my question was to say, how are you saying you are supporting those while the municipalities are collapsing on its own nature? How are those people getting the necessary things there for them to function properly? So what the Honorable MEC was saying here was just playing with young people and showing them that again they can just use their authority to keep playing with the young people of Free State. And And I think it is time that we as DA, we have to stop that. Young people must join us in taking these incapable people out of power. We are sick and tired. We even see it from the speaker that ANC by its own nature does not even have future leaders. And all these people join ANC, they must be taken out.
Honorable Haji.
We don't want an argument. Honorable member, I'm happy. Thank you. So, honorable members, we are going to move in that fashion. We'll continue with our program. We're going to our next speaker, National Congress, Paul Masite Matlanyani. Please take the podium.
Honorable Speaker,
Honorable members, I have said before, and this is the second time I'm saying this, that we have very functional, effective timekeepers. So I don't think there are issues with our timekeepers, honorable members. So your order is sustained. Honorable Masite, you may continue. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Kilebelo, Deputy Speaker, Honorable Tabiso Mabaso, the Premier of the Free State in absentia, members of the Executive Council, secretary and officials of legislature, heads of the department, members of the media, information of this, our viewers from various media platforms, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all in the name of the progressive and caring African National Congress that continue to champion the concerns and ideas of people 28 years into democracy. Indeed, the National Congress in the Free State has a good story to tell. It is my singular honor to get an opportunity to open the Youth Parliament of the Free State Province, June month, a month dedicated to celebrating historical role played in the liberation of our country, especially young people of 1976 and 80s generation. Today, as the youth, we reflect. Today, as the youth, we reflect.
You may take a seat.
Chair, also review on a submission area whether we should continue sitting or not. Can I please finish?
Thank you. You may take a was done at point of order, and for the second time, the rule that was made was clear that if you feel like you don't want to be part of this sitting, honorable member, you are more than welcome to excuse us. Thank you, honorable member. Honorable Masite, you may continue. Honorable Masite, you may sit down. There's a point of order. Yes, honorable member.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, fellow honorable member.
your point of order?
I'm moving with the...
What is your point of order? Honorable member, what is your point of order? You may sit down. You may sit down, honorable member. You may sit down. Honorable member, you may sit down. You may sit down. You may sit down, honorable member. No. Honorable member. No, Sergeant. No. You will sit down, honorable member. You will sit down. Sergeant at Arms. If we may be assisted with Sergeant of Arms, we are not going to have this, honorable member. Honorable members, we don't have this. The ruling was made on that point of order, and I did it for 2 times already. For the 3rd time, if you feel you don't want to be part of this city, honorable member, you should just excuse us. It is simple as that. We are not going to collapse this sitting because you feel that it must be collapsed. That is not going to happen, honorable members. And if you continue raising this point of orders on the rulings that we have made, honorable members,